some things are better left alone. I'm your host Yusuf, and these are 10 scary artifacts that are known to curse you. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Anyways, let's get cursed. Number 10. Pompeii loot. The ancient Roman city of Pompeii was obliterated in 79 AD when Mount Vesuvius erupted. Many senators and wealthy Romans purchased homes in this city, which was south of Naples, mostly as summer vacations. However, a volcanic explosion on August 24, 79 AD completely covered the city in volcanic ash. The earliest excavations in the area were carried out during the 18th century by the Spanish engineer Roque Joaquin de Alcubierre. By the following century, the city had been made accessible to the general public thanks to ongoing excavation operations. Annual allegations of looting are widespread, according to curators, custodians, and other local personnel. In their pursuit of one-of-a-kind or unusual souvenirs, tourists remove artifacts or pieces of monuments from the area, distributing a piece of Pompeii around the globe. The Pompeii Archaeological Superintendence receives roughly 100 shipments per year containing artifacts purportedly stolen from the city, and here is where the mythical curse of Pompeii starts. Most come with notes explaining the misfortune their owners have experienced. Number 9. The Ring of Senicianus. This Roman ring weighs 12 grams and is inscribed in Latin Seniciane vivas in Deum. When a researcher was preparing an inventory of the artifacts in his care in 1929, he accidentally discovered some intriguing and sinister details that gave the lost ring new meaning. These details connected the ring to the discoveries of an archaeological dig. The early 1900s saw the completion of these archaeological projects at a location called Lydney, only 80 miles from the site where the ring was discovered. At the location, archaeologists discovered a tablet on which a Roman called Silvianus reported the theft of his ring to Nodens, the Celtic god of healing and hunting. He also prayed to the god to punish the perpetrator because he knew who it was. It was written on the stone, "May he who bears the name of Senicianus not have health until he brings the ring back to the temple of Nodens." Number 8. Books. A book might have taken years to produce in the Middle Ages. A scribe would spend hours each day carefully constructing letters by hand while hunched over his copy table in natural light, solely because lights posed too great a risk to the volumes. Copying hurts, according to one scribe. It extinguishes the light from the eyes. It bends the back, it crushes the viscera and the ribs, it brings forth pain to the kidneys and weariness to the whole body. Scribes and book proprietors had a great motive to preserve their work, given the enormous amount of labor that went into generating books. They implied the one tool they had: language. Scribes and book owners would inscribe dramatic curses that threatened thieves with anguish and misery if they were to steal or harm these priceless works of art at the opening or end of books. The worst penalties they were aware of, excommunication from the church and a torturous, excruciating passing, were used without hesitation. If you steal a book, you might get your hands cut off, be made to give your hands as sacrifices, have your eyes gouged out, or pass away in the fires of hell and brimstone. How lovely. Number 7. The stolen amethyst. This amethyst has only brought its owners anguish and destruction since it was stolen out of India during the rebellion of 1857. The stone, also known as the cursed amethyst, or somewhat misleadingly, the Delhi purple sapphire, is currently kept in the Natural History Museum's vault in London with other priceless gems including a Martian meteorite and a Medusa emerald. It was not allowed to be taken from the bank safe until 3 years after the last owner's passing, because he had it stashed away in 7 different boxes. The amethyst was allegedly taken from the temple of Indra in Kanpur by a Bengal cavalryman by the name of Colonel W. Ferris, who then transported it to England. However, the malevolent character of the lovely violet stone soon became apparent when he practically lost everything he possessed and his health started to decline. He donated the stone to a buddy who later ended himself when his kid who received it experienced the same pain. In a strange turn of events, that buddy had bequeathed the stone to the son who had discovered the amethyst, returning it to him now bearing a toll from its legend. Number 6. The Anguished Man. The Anguished Man is a painting created by an unknown artist. Owner Sean Robinson from Cumbria, England, claims to have inherited the painting from his grandmother, who told him that the artist who created the painting had mixed his own blood into the paint and passed away by his own hand soon after finishing the work. The painting had been characterized as being supposedly haunted. Robinson uploaded videos of the painting to his YouTube channel in 2010, in which he claims he has heard crying and moaning noises in his house and to have once seen the figure of a man. Actually, back in 2015, there were rumors floating around that suggested that the painting was being sold to the highest bidder. Although it turned out to be false, who in their right mind would buy this thing? Look at the painting. That thing wouldn't be anywhere near my hands if I could do something about it. Number 5. The Gold of Tolosa. The gold of Tolosa was never found, but was suspected to have remained in the custody of Servili Capionis, who despite the total impoverishment of their patriarch became immensely wealthy suddenly. Despite this, the heirs of Capio also seemed to suffer from unlucky ends. During the Social War, Capio's son, also called Quintus Servilius Capio, was tricked by the Marsic general Quintus Pompeius Silo and ambushed, which resulted in the destruction of his army and his own passing. Capio's grandson passed away young from an unnamed illness, while the last heir, Capio's great-grandson Marcus Junius Brutus, would undertake the assassination of Julius Caesar. The sources make frequent allusions to the gold being cursed. The earliest, Strabo, says that due to having laid hands on the gold of Tolosa, Capio ended his life in misfortunes, while his near contemporary Pompeius Trogus even suggested that the defeat at Orazio was punishment for the theft of the treasure. Number 4. Robert the Doll. According to legend, the doll has supernatural abilities that allow it to move, change its facial expressions, and make giggling sounds. Some versions of the legend claim that a young girl of Bahamian descent gave Otto the doll as a gift or as retaliation for a wrongdoing. Other stories claim that the doll moved voodoo figurines around the room and was aware of what went on around him. Still, other legends claim that the doll vanished after Otto's house changed ownership a number of times after his passing, or that young Otto triggered the doll's supernatural abilities by blaming his childhood mishaps on the doll. According to local folklore, the doll has caused car accidents, broken bones, job loss, divorce, and a cornucopia of other misfortunes, and museum visitors supposedly experience post-visit misfortunes for failing to respect Robert. Number 3. White lighters. There are many myths about smoking and good fortune. Every new pack of cigarettes some individuals purchase has one cigarette turned upside down to make it lucky. Some people think it's unlucky to light 3 or more cigarettes with the same match, and using a white lighter is also thought to be extremely unfortunate, a superstition that has persisted among smokers of all types despite being, well, quite foolish. Even in modern times, it's not unusual to run into smokers who refuse to buy white lighters and won't even use them to light things that belong to someone else. When one is being used, some individuals don't even like to be there. But how did this myth even begin in the first place? Number 2. The Dark Mirror. This mysterious reflector, which appears to practically take on a life of its own, is housed in the world's only mobile museum of the unexplained. The original owner brought it at a psychic fair in the Columbus vicinity and sold it to the museum. The same owner claims that after looking into the scrying mirror's black reflection, they were overcome with horrifying visions. The museum asserts that visitors have also described unsettling visions, including seeing their own passing when staring into the reflected glass. Number 1. The Hope Diamond. There are strong indications that such fabrications serve to heighten the mystery and appeal of the stone because increased publicity typically increases the gem's value and newsworthiness. The diamond has long been associated with a mythical curse that is said to bring tragedy and misfortune to anyone who owns or wears it. Many false reports claims that the Hope Diamond's original form was taken from an eye of a statue of the Hindu goddess Sita in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The specific legends about the Hope Diamond's cursed origin were created in the early 20th century to add mystique to the stone and increase its sales appeal as well as increase newspaper sales. However, similar to the curse of Tutankhamun, this general type of legend was most likely the independent creation of Western authors during the Victorian era. Thanks for watching. Those were 10 scary ancient artifacts that are known to curse you. Leave a like and comment if you think we missed anything, and we hope you have a scary day.